Hey everyone, I'm Natalie. I'm a mom of 2 toddler boys and I share lots of cleaning motivational videos on my channel. So I hope you guys get lots of tips and tricks and come along and clean with me as we tackle our tough projects. I just started a beach mini series, so I will be sharing all my tips and tricks on how I pack, how I prep my house, my car before we head down to the beach, how we unpack at the beach, and all that fun stuff. So stay tuned. There's going to be a few more videos in this series, and this is part 2 of my beach series of me cleaning the car to get ready to head down to the beach. As you can see, my car is in shambles right now. There's so much stuff everywhere. There's food all over. I haven't cleaned my car in quite some time. So I am going to be giving it a good vacuum, a good wipe down all the windows. I'm going to clear out all the stuff. There's just so much stuff that has accumulated in my car. So I'm going to just take care of all that stuff today. Whenever we head on vacation, I like having a clean vehicle. I don't know why. I just feel like it starts out our vacation, our trip on the right note. So I like to get everything nice and tidy and cleaned up and organized. So I'm going to take a big bag. So I just have this reusable shopping bag and I'm just collecting all the stuff that's just lingering in my car that just doesn't need to be there right now. So I have, my kids' school art projects. I have extra shoes in here, a bunch of extra toys. So I'm just going to get all that stuff and put this in my reusable bag to bring inside to make it easier to organize in the house. And this clear bag here I have for toys for the car. So I like having a bag of just random toys just to have with me at all times. Usually there's some dinosaurs in there, some cars, and wherever we go, if we're, going out to a restaurant or if we're going to a park or whatever, we just have a couple extra toys. So usually I have cars, dinosaurs, and then you'll see later on I also have a couple balls in my car as well. I have this big tote. I actually have 2 big totes. One that I use mainly for packing and grocery hauls for whenever we go to the grocery store. I have that in my car. And then this one I keep in here for all extra stuff that I have here. So I have like a shopping cart cover. I have the baby wear. I have a towel for whenever we go to the park and it rains. You can see here I'm folding it up. I use that to dry off slides or whatever. I like having that with me. I have the stroller attachments for like the snack cup, their fans in there, and then I keep their toy bag in here, and I also keep the balls for if we go to the park spontaneously and we just want a ball to play with. I keep all that stuff in this tote right here. It's nice having the tote for all this stuff just so it's not rolling around in the car. I'm not, looking for it everywhere. It should be nice and neat in here. And I also keep wipes here because I never wanted to be that person that had a lot of food given to my kids while we're driving. But man, I'm completely opposite of that now. My kids always have a snack in the car, and some of those snacks are messy, so I just like having a thing of wipes. Now this bag it zips up, and I keep all my extra reusable, not really extra, just all my reusable grocery bags. I keep in this bag here. It's just nice and easy. I could just grab this bag for when I go in the grocery store. Then I'm not guessing how many bags do I need. It's just all right there. So here's a better view of how my car is looking. There's just so much random stuff in here. There's jackets and shoes, and you'll see a bunch of food that's just so gross. That's just like all over the floor, and then all the toys. So I'm gonna just tidy all this up. My oldest son is in speech therapy, so my youngest son, as in the video right now, and I are in the car quite a bit waiting for him to be done his session. So, you know, he plays with a lot of the toys as well. So that's why they're all kind of pulled out. I usually try to put them away, but there's a lot of times where I don't put them away. So that's why they're all out in the car, because I do let them kind of just climb and explore the car while we're waiting for my oldest son to be done speech. I'm going to go through, get all the toys put away. You saw quite a few pieces of food I picked up already. So I'm just going to get all that stuff put in the trash, toys put in this bin, in this bag here, and just get this car a little straightened up so I can start vacuuming it. Here I have a diaper bag for our car. I do like having this for when we go on hikes or whenever we go somewhere, but I also have emergency diaper and white bags made up for the trunk of our cars, my husband's and my car. So we end up kind of using that more than I use the diaper bag, especially now that they're older. So I still have the diaper bag, but we kind of use that more for when we go on hikes. I could pack some snacks. I pack a blanket if we want to sit down and relax a little bit at the top of a hike. So I kind of more use that as like our to-go bag instead of like a diaper bag now. So I do like having it in the car though for when we do want to go somewhere. I'm able to pack that and wear that on my back instead of trying to carry everything in like a reusable bag or a bag that goes over your shoulder. With cleaning the car, I feel like a handheld vacuum just works a little bit easier just to maneuver around all the corners and everything. So I love this vacuum. It's a Black & Decker handheld vacuum. I believe I just got it off Amazon, and the power is pretty good on it. So I do like this vacuum for this. Obviously, it's a lot better. My big Shark vacuum, but right now I didn't have a lot of time cleaning my car, so it's not going to be, you know, fully detailed or anything like that, but I'm getting a lot of the crumbs and a lot of the mess picked up, so at least it is much more clean and organized than when we started. And this probably took me a good 2 hours with the kids between feeding lunches, checking on them playing, them moving the camera, me putting on a show for them inside so I can run out here, do a little bit, to putting my youngest down for nap, and then coming out with my oldest to finish up the car. It was not easy getting this car cleaned. So I just hate, we live in a town where like there's quite a busy road. We don't really have a driveway besides fitting one car. So I just hate cleaning a car when I don't have my husband there to help me watch the kids, just because I get really nervous, you know, if they're going to run out on the street or whatever. So it's hard. So I let them like crawl around in the car while I'm trying to clean this car, and you know, they're pulling out toys and making more of a mess. So it's a bit difficult. So I didn't get to clean the car as much as I would like, as you know, as detailed as I would like, I guess I can say. But it's still very clean, and, you know, I organized everything. So that's mainly what I wanted to do anyways. There's so much food and crumbs in this car seats and car, not even just the car seats. I mean, it's crazy how much stuff is everywhere. It's ew. So these little trash cans are awesome. I absolutely love them. I have one on my one son's door for every time we're done school or done mommy and me class. I'm able to wipe his hands and throw the wipe in the trash, this little trash can. So I keep one there. I keep one up front for, you know, whenever they do hand me their snack wrappers, I can throw it in there. And it's a little bit more tidy with having these little trash cans around. So that is a plus. And it came with these bags, or you can even get, I think it would be even cheaper. I haven't really looked because I haven't really went through the roll that it came with, but you can use like doggy bags, like the doggy poop bags. They fit perfectly in here as well. So these are nice to have throughout the car. I do want to get one more for the other car side door. Right now I'm just stuffing it in the cup holder, which works fine too, but it is nice because I do take out crumbs or food or whatever, and I just stick it in there, which it would be nice to just put it in like one of those little trash cans. So point being is I definitely love those little trash cans, and I use them quite a bit, and they're definitely worth getting. Why do I have this many napkins? Like, it's crazy. Like, I just kind of, you know, would get Starbucks or whatever. I just, you know, they give you a bunch of napkins, and I just throw it into this middle console here, and then I'm like overflowing with napkins. I couldn't find like tissue box or my chapstick, and that's when I'm like, all right, I need to organize this and get this put back together so I can find things and snacks that we haven't touched or used for like since my son was, I don't know, 7 to 9 months old, and he's like 21 months old now. So yeah, they're going in the trash too. But yeah, I feel like I haven't really cleaned out my car this well in quite some time. So there's quite a bit going on in this vehicle right now. So now that I got everything picked up, I got everything put away, I have my bag for all miscellaneous stuff that can get put back in the house, brought back into the house. I have the toys put back in the bin. I have it organized where everything in the car has its home. Now I'm going to go through and vacuum everything up. So I'm going to vacuum the seats. I'm going to vacuum the middle console there. I'm going to vacuum the floors, the car seats, all that stuff. I'm going to go through and vacuum everything so then I can start wiping everything down. Next up, I'm going to just take my Swiffer duster here, and I'm going to go throughout the car and dust everything. Everything did get a little dusty, so I'm going to just go through and dust everything throughout the car. I'm just going to be showing you guys the front here, but I am going to go through the kids' seats as well, in between the headrest and the seat. I dust in there. I dust up and down, like from top to bottom, along the shell of the car, the inside, and get all that, the nooks and crannies there, the door panels, the cup holders in the doors, the bottom pockets in the doors, all that stuff. I'm gonna dust in there to get that all dusted. So I don't know about you guys, but for me, I've never really wiped down the inside window here of my car. My husband, the one day, I kept saying like, oh, it's so hard to see out of my car for some reason. I don't know what's going on. Something's wrong with my glass, whatever. So my husband, this was, I don't know, a year or two ago, my husband went out and he wiped the inside of my window. And the next time I got in my car, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what you did, but it looks great. Like I can see out of my car again. And he's like, yeah, you got to wipe the inside of your window because it gets like almost like a film on it. And anyways, I don't know. Hopefully I'm not the only one, but I definitely had a moment where I was like, oh, I did not ever really think to wipe down the inside of my window. So if you're like me, now you know, definitely wipe down the inside of your window when you're cleaning. I just never even thought about it, but there was definitely like a film on there that went away, obviously, right after he cleaned it. So I did my front window. I'm going through and doing all the windows on the doors. I did my sunroof window as well. And I am doing the mirrors for the kids' mirrors as well. Next up, I'm going to wipe everything down with just a general multi-purpose cleaner. So I just have my 7th Generations bottle that I was doing with the windows as well. I'm just going to wipe down everything. There is splatters of coffee and who knows what. So I'm just going to wipe everything down. And then after I wipe everything down with that multi-purpose cleaner, I'm going to go through with a leather conditioner. So again, I'm just going through and wiping everything down with this all-purpose cleaner just to get any coffee splatters, any stains, whatever. I want to get all that dirt and grime off before I use a leather conditioner, because that's literally just conditioning your leather and it's not cleaning it. So I want to make sure I give everything a nice clean before I use that stuff. Next up, I'm going to be using leather conditioner for the car. So everything that has leather, so there's leather on the top dashboard, there's leather on the side panels of the middle console here, leather seats. You definitely, if you have leather, you definitely want to use some kind of leather conditioner where you can let it sit for probably a good hour or two before you're, sitting on it. I don't think it's an issue if you do go and sit on it, but I personally try to give it like an hour or two just to like really let it soak in, and then it's not like getting on your clothes and all that. So it's a good idea to do a leather conditioner just because your leather needs to have like almost like a moisture to it, where if it gets too dry, it's going to start cracking. And you don't want to have your leather cracking, because otherwise it's going to start splitting, and that's when it starts peeling and flaking and stuff like that. Personally, I try to do this every 3 to 5 months. In the summer, I try to do it a little bit more often just because I feel like the heat's hitting it and it gets drier faster. Now, do I know if that's right or true or not? I have no idea, but that's just my thought process and what I feel like. So that's why I try to do it a little bit more often when it's hotter out and I feel like the heat's kind of, drying it out. And who knows, I could be completely wrong about that as well, but that's just what I'm thinking. Also, big spots are the driver's seat, just getting in and out of the car, and then the middle console where your elbow and your arm is always leaning on. I feel like that's where I feel like it gets dry and dull the fastest. So I end up doing those sections a good 2 to 3 times. And here you guys can see how much more shine and life this leather has just after doing one coat of this. I also never spray on the leather directly. I spray always on one of these microfiber towels, and then I'll wipe down the leather. I'm waiting to do a good 2 to 3 coats on the center console here. So I'm just going to be wiping down and cleaning the cup holder area and wiping all that stuff down with the multi-surface cleaner while I wait for this leather to kind of have a second to sink in. Next up, I'm going to be doing the car seats. Again, I'm going to be spraying on the microfiber towel and then wiping down the car seats. And we're not going to go anywhere the rest of the day, so I have plenty of time to let that leather conditioner to sink in. And here you have it. Now my car, the inside of my car is nice and clean. Everything's wiped down, leather's conditioned. I have everything that's not supposed to be in my car out of there, and I have everything nice and organized now. So I'm just going to go through and show you guys this nice clean car and ready for vacation. I'm so excited that everything's nice and organized now. I hope you all got some tips and tricks for cleaning out your car, got some motivation to get going and get these tough projects done. I know they're not always easy, but it's always nice having someone to do it with you. So I hope this encouraged you, and I hope it's almost like having a friend along with you while you're cleaning. If you enjoyed today's video, I would really appreciate it if you gave this video a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. I would love it if you guys hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned for part 3 of my beach series. Thanks again so much for watching. Until next time, see you guys.